How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're going against Monarch in the Smoke on OU tier from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There is a link in the description down below. Today's battle was a pretty good one. There was a lot of good plays made on both sides, some bad plays made by me, as you would expect. But overall, a really well-played game by both sides. There was no real hacks involved, which is always a plus, and I think you're really going to enjoy this battle. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. And with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Okay, Monarch has brought some absolute power. He's brought a Blissey, Glimmora, a Mismagius, Hippowdon, Meowscarada, and an Avalugg. Definitely a powerful looking team. It's going to be hard to break through that. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking Dragalge might be able to do some work here. We get rid of the Blissey. Draco Meteor is going to hurt everything on their team, to be honest with you. So as long as we get a free switch in, we should be golden. We're just going to get rid of our Blissey somehow. And we've got Palmont with close combat, which should be able to do the trick. But they're not going to stay in on Aussie, are they? So that's something to look out for. I think we lead with our Corviknight. No, they probably lead with Glimmora, right? No. So let's go ahead and lead with Corviknight. If they lead Glimmora, we just go ahead and switch into Espeon and get the Magic Bounce and the Stealth Rocks. I think that's probably the best bet. And the battle begins. So Monarch over there is going to lead off with Hippowdon, which is unexpected, to be fair, as we led off with the Corviknight. So we do outspeed here. We can go for a safe U-turn, no problem. Get off a nice powerful U-turn. They do get the sand up, which is unfortunate, but sand's not really too big of a deal for us. As I'm able to go for a U-turn right now and hopefully go into the Espeon and get a Stealth Rock bounce back. That'd be ideal. We go for the U-turn, get some chip damage off on the Hippowdon. If it's Rocky Helmet, then yeah, it's Rocky Helmet. Then we get some chip damage ourselves, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? We get a free switch out. I'm going to go Espeon, and if they predict the Espeon and go for an Earthquake, that's a good play on my opponent's part. If they don't and they go for a Stealth Rock or a Yawn or something, they go for a Whirlwind, which is going to backfire on them big time, as we're going to Whirlwind them away, which is always nice. So Espeon's over here chilling. They've got numerous things they could bring in. They could bring in the Meowscarada, outspeeds as it gets the KO, but they don't get to choose what they bring in, so it's always nice like that. As in comes the Avalugg. So Avalugg's in. Now Avalugg's obviously going to have its sturdy broken here by the Sandstorm, which is great for us. We get to see if it's got leftovers or not, which I don't think it does. We could Tera Blast Fire and go for a Terrestrialization here. That would also hit the Meowscarada really hard. But I think it's more likely they're going to go into the Blissey right now, so I'm going to go ahead and Trick. They do withdraw the Avalugg. What are they going to go into, though, to take a attack from this Espeon? They're going to go into Blissey, which is great for us. Means we can get off that nice and powerful Choice Specs Trick onto that. There we go, there we go, there we go. Crippled Blissey. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. So we're going to get the they're going to get the Choice Specs, and we're going to get the Safety Goggles, which is going to protect us from the Sandstorm, which is interesting. I forgot Safety Goggles was the thing, to be fair. So with that in mind, we definitely switch out here. They probably go for something along the lines of Thunderbolt or Ice Beam. So I'm kind of inclined to go into something else to take that. I think Palmont can take that pretty well, so I'm going to go into Palmont real quick. So we'll switch out. It looks like they've stayed in, which is good to know. I'm curious as to what they've gone for. They can't have gone for the Stealth Rocks because Espeon's right there. So let's just go into Mottins real quick. They do go for a Shadow Ball, which is going to do a lot of damage to us thanks to the Choice Specs, but at the same time, we can definitely sponge that because it's a Blissey at the end of the day. It's not the most offensive Pokemon in the world. So Sandstorm's going to dig into both of us, which is unfortunate. What can you do? We just go straight for a double shock here. The reason I go for a double shock over a close combat is purely for the fact that they're more than likely going to switch here. In fact, to be fair, if they were going to switch, they'd probably switch into the Hippowdon, because Hippowdon can take a close combat, no problem. I don't think they go Mismagius, purely because we could go for that double shock if we wanted to. Plus Palmont outspeeds. Might be safe going into... I'm really confused on what to do here. Really confuddled. I think we go straight for the close combat. I don't think they bring Mismagius in. I think they bring Hippowdon in. I think getting some damage off on that's going to be important. They do Terrestrialize, which is interesting. Are they going to go Ghost type here? If they go Ghost type, that's a really good play on their half. They are Ghost. Okay, so they're immune to close combat now. That's not something I was expecting. I didn't think they would use a Terrestrialization on Blissey of all things, but it's worked out in their favor now because our close combat is no longer going to work. And now their Shadow Ball is going to hurt us quite a bit. Whether it kicks us out or not, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the Sandstorm will take us out, though. It does take us out, unfortunately, because of the stab. So down goes Mottins, one of our best Pokemon to deal with Blissey right now. So that's really unfortunate that we've lost Palmont so early. So What options have we got here? We can go into our Tuskany real quick. We go for a Headlong Rush. There isn't really a lot on their team that wants to take that. Mismagius switches in perfectly to Tuskany. So I think we can bait that out and go for an Ice Spinner and get some damage off on that. I think that's probably the best bet. So let's go into Tuskany real quick. There we go. We're also immune to the Sandstorm, which is great. I'm going to go straight for the Ice Spinner, expecting those Magius to come in because Mismagius obviously has Levitate and they don't want to get hit by Headlong Rush, surely. They actually stay in to take the Ice Spinner, which is interesting. They do take it like a champ, and they go for a Shadow Ball, which is great. Well, not great, but it's something, that's for sure. So Shadow Ball comes through. It's going to do about half to us, which is unfortunate. Sandstorm does subside, though, which is great. As it's clear to me now that they're just going to keep the Blissey in here. Probably because it's choice specs now, so they're just like, yeah, why not? So I'm going to go straight for the Headlong Rush and try and get the KO. There we go. Headlong Rush should come through the KO for us. It doesn't quite KO. Oh, no, we're getting our ass... Don't let Joey Fontaine see this video, because we're getting our ass handed to us by Blissey right now, which is really unfortunate. But what can you do? Down goes Tuskany. So Tuskany wasn't exactly a key player in this game. Avalugg you can't really touch. An Avalanche from that'll hurt. Meowscarada, Flower Trick will hurt. Hippowdon walls us. Yeah, Mismagius walls us. Glimmora will set up the Stealth Rocks and Spikes and stuff like that. So now we're in a decent position because we can just go into our Espeon and we can take this thing out with a Dazzling Gleam. Or we could go Gyarados. Gyarados might be a good one. Gyarados could definitely have some sweet potential here, but if their Glimmora is Focus Sash, which I suspect it might be, we might be in a bit of a pickle. So I'm thinking we go Dragalge. And the reason I'm going Dragalge here is because I'm like confident that we'll be able to finish this Blissey off from where it's at the moment for a start. But also they have limited switch-ins to it. So I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb real quick and take out the Blissey. Like I said at the start, if Dragalge can get rid of the Blissey somehow, then we're going to be golden. So they're going to switch out. They're going to go into Hippowdon to take a Sludge Bomb, which makes a lot of sense. Hippowdon can definitely take a Sludge Bomb. No problems there. Let's just see how much damage it does, though. It should do a decent little chunk. Yeah, it does a nice bit of chunk chip damage. And we get the poison, which is really nice. So that's great for us. As obviously we're going to get busted by some Sandstorm now because that is back on the field. But I'm looking at this matchup and I'm thinking, you know what? Does Adaptability Draco Meteor KO from here? I believe it does. Hydro Pump would be good, but Hydro Pump could very well miss. Draco Meteor is the stronger move here because of Adaptability. So I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking we go straight for the Draco Meteor. They go for a Stealth Rocks, outspeeding us apparently. I thought Dragalge would outspeed Hippowdon, to be honest with you, but it's whatever. We don't have a Rapid Spinner anymore, so Stealth Rocks are up for good. But we take out the Hippowdon, which is always nice, as down it goes. So Hippowdon goes down, which is great for us. Absolutely buzzing for us, actually. Glimmora comes on in. So Glimmora is a threat right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Glimmora is a threat right now. It's probably going to set up all its hazards. We definitely go straight into Espeon here to try and negate some of those hazards. That's unless it's an offensive one. It could be offensive for all I know. All I know is it's got a special defense boost from the Sandstorm, so Psychic might not KO, especially with us not having choice specs anymore. They go straight for the Power Gem to get the damage off. Makes a lot of sense. As now I just go straight for the Psychic to get some damage off on them. I think getting damage off on this Glimmora is going to be important, as it doesn't even do half. That's crazy, that is. That's crazy. Espeon is just underwhelming without the choice specs, unfortunately. So that's a shame. That is a real shame. But what can you do? Now I'm thinking, how do we pull this back? We could go Gyarados and get the Earthquake off. We could go into Corviknight and get the Body Press off. We could go straight into Dragalge and go for a Draco Meteor as well. I think going into the Draco Meteor with Dragalge is going to be important here. So I'm going to go into Dragalge real quick. Pointy Stones are going to dig in, unfortunately. And now I'm going to go straight for that Draco Meteor and hopefully get the KO. We can definitely take an Earth Power from this thing, no problem. If it goes for it. They do withdraw Glimmora. What are they going to do? Are they going to sack Blissey right now? Yeah, they sack Blissey off, which makes a lot of sense. I actually hope I miss the Draco Meteor now. Hope I miss the Draco Meteor. We don't miss the Draco Meteor. We take out the Blissey at least. That's something. But unfortunately, this leaves us wide open. Looking at the rest of the team, though, Dragalge does kind of do really well here. It's very slow, so that's unfortunate. The Sandstorm is finally gone as well, so the Glimmora can go down to something later on down the line. In comes the Meowscarada. So Meowscarada comes on in. This thing is the bane of my existence right now, as my only switch in is Corviknight, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get some Rocky Helmet damage off and whatever it wants to do as well. If it wants to go for spikes, though, that's going to be a different ball game. So we're going to Silvera. Real quick, there we go. And Pointing Stones are going to dig in, unfortunately, but we do exert some pressure, which is always nice. They go straight for the knockoff, knocking off our... Oh, that's banded damage, that is. It's got to be banded damage, that is. As now, we can just go straight for a slow U-turn. They are not Pro-TM, which is good to know, because it means we're going to be 4 times super effective with U-turn if they stay in. So we'll just go straight for the U-turn here. I could have gone for the Roost there, but I believe that I'm in the right to just go for the U-turn here. Because looking at their team, all I need is a free switch in with something else on whatever they bring in right now. Mismagius comes in. So Mismagius is a good one here for my opponent. And we go for the U-turn, breaking a potential sash, which is always nice. Going to get out of there, of course. And we're going to go into our... We don't want to go Gyarados because they could have Thunderbolt. We'll go Dragalge. Dragalge is the best one here, I think. Draco Meteor will definitely KO the Mismagius, and it's going to KO something else that they bring in as well if they bring in something else, which is always nice. So Dragalge is looking really good right now. Dragalge is sitting pretty right now, to be honest with you. Dragalge is sitting real pretty right now. So, let's go for that Draco Meteor. They do go for a substitute, which is really unfortunate. So substitute's going to come, but we do win this 1v1, provided we can hit Draco Meteors, as... We do break the substitute. I think even at -6, we still break the substitute, so we should be good. Should be absolutely golden. Obviously, we lose some special attack, which is unfortunate. What can you do about that? Not a lot, really. So, they are leftovers, which is good to know. Mismagius, is it going to stop a nasty plot here? No, it goes for another substitute. They're just trying to weaken our Draco Meteor, which makes a lot of sense, but I'm still going to spam it. Because they have to run out of substitutes eventually. Due to health restrictions and all that. And I'm sure Draco Meteor still breaks the substitute even at -6. So that's something to look out for. So let's see how this works out for us. Let's see how this works out for us. So Mismagius is sitting pretty over there. It might come down to a Mismagius sweep in the end. It might do. But I'm pretty confident that we can still break these substitutes at -6. So we're at -4 right now. Provided we can hit the Draco Meteor, which we do. We should still break the substitute, right? Should still break the substitute because it's quite frail, Mismagius is. So I'm pretty sure we break the substitutes regardless. So let's just carry on doing what we're doing right now. Dropping a Draco every 5 seconds because Mismagius potentially can sweep us. So we need to be really careful. They go for another substitute. Is it going to be enough to break? Let's see if we can break it with enough power. We go for the Draco Meteor again. Should KO the substitute. I have no doubt in my mind. As -6 does in fact not break the substitute, which is really unfortunate right there. So unfortunate. So, that is unfortunate. What can you do though? Let's go for a Draco Meteor again. They go for a Will-O-Wisp, which is fair enough. It's a sub Will-O-Wisp and probably Nasty Plot with Shadow Ball or Hex, I would guess. So that's something to watch out for. We're going to go ahead and go for a Draco Meteor again. Break that substitute real quick. There we go. Breaking substitutes left, right, and center because we can. And now I'm thinking, what are they going to do here? Are they going to... Can they set up another substitute? I think they can, can't they? Yeah, they can set up one more substitute. They set up one more substitute. And we have one Draco Meteor left. I think the best thing to do here is to... switch into our Corviknight. They do withdraw Mismagius. Okay, that's interesting. They withdraw Mismagius. They're going to go into Glimmora. Glimmora is a fine one. Glimmora is a fine one. We go ahead and switch out ourselves into Corviknight. We're a bit of a stalemate with those two anyway. So we've got one more Draco Meteor to use on our Dragalge. And we need to use it carefully. We really need to use it carefully. So Stones are going to dig into Corviknight, unfortunately. We don't have Defog on this particular Corviknight. This isn't a favorable matchup. They can just go for whatever they want to, really, to take us out. Probably a Power Gem. Gonna go ahead and go for the Body Press anyway. They do go for the Power Gem to take us out. I suppose I could have Terrestrialized there into a Fighting type, but I don't think it would have stopped it from KOing us. So would have been a bit of a waste, really. So that's something to look out for. Anyway, best bet now is probably going to be Gyarados. I think Gyarados is the best bet, so I'm going to go into Gyarados. Go into Gyarados real quick. There we go. I know we can take a Power Gem from this thing, no problem. And we just get a KO with Earthquake. Or do we go Dragon Dance? I think Dragon Dance might be a solid one. Yeah, let's go for Dragon Dance here. Let's go for a Dragon Dance here. I think that's best option we've got. is the Dragonance. So we go for a Dragonance. We're going to get hit in the face with a Power Gem, which is unfortunately going to do a lot of damage to us. But I'm confident that Gyarados can take at least one of those. As they go for the Power Gem, I'm pretty sure we take one. We do take one. Right, okay, cool. As now, we can just take the Glimmora out with the Earthquake, which is just fantastic. So let's go for the Earthquake real quick. It'll do a lot of damage to the Avalugg if they bring that in. But the Avalugg was lower. No, it took a bit of chip damage, so I don't think we beat Avalugg. But as long as we can get this Glimmora out of the way, Dragalge should make it pretty close. They are going to withdraw the Glimmora. What are they going to go into, though? Are they going to go into the Avalugg right now? Meowscarada? Why Meowscarada, though? Meowscarada, we already established it was banded earlier, so there is the chance that it's not banded. I'm going to Tera Blast into a pure flying type. That way we can probably take a Flower Trick from this thing. So that should help us there. So Terrestrialization into a flying type is going to help us big time. Let's see how this does for us, though. So Terrestrialization into a flying type. We get the 2x stab now because we were already a flying type. And we get the Tera Blast, which is going to be great. Let's see if Gyarados can pull this back for us even a little bit. They go for a Sucker Punch, which is going to KO the Gyarados. So Sucker Punch Meowscarada, unfortunately, is the bane of Gyarados' existence. So there's not a lot we could have really done there. I didn't expect Sucker Punch, to be honest with you. So we'll go into Dragalge. Dragalge, you can definitely do something here. I don't think it takes a knockoff. If he goes for a knockoff, I don't think it takes a Sucker Punch either. So we might have lost this, but let's go for the Sludge Bomb anyway and find out. So they go for a Sucker Punch. We do unfortunately get KO'd by the Sucker Punch right there, and that's going to be the game. So GG Monarch, that was a pretty fun one. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.